I have the same routine at the end of every day. Shower, smoke a joint, scroll through Reddit, and go to bed. After a long day at work, I got home and hopped in the shower. I work as an ER nurse in my city's local hospital, so by the time I get home, I'm basically sprinting to the bathroom to wash off the day's grime. It's a messy job. Not only physically, but it makes your mind a mess too. Working in the emergency department comes with seeing your fair share of traumatic things. To list a few, I've seen severe workplace injuries, ranging from sawed-off fingers, crushed limbs, to someone being impaled on a metal pole. I've seen people who have been in car accidents, and even a man who failed his suicide attempt with a shotgun. I suppose you could say I'm desensitized to things that would cause your average person to faint. I'm a tough woman, but what happened tonight has shaken me to my core, and I don't know what the fuck to do. I hope someone on here can give me some advice or insight. After my shower, I changed into my pajamas and pulled out the joint I rolled earlier. I don't smoke inside because I have animals, so I put my jacket on and headed out to the porch. I rent a 2-story house by myself on the outskirts of town, almost in the country. The closest neighbor I have is about half a mile away from me, so I don't worry about bothering anyone with the smell. It really feels good to be able to smoke after work and try to forget about some of the things I see on a daily basis. Today, the paramedics brought in a family who were in a horrible car accident. All 3 of them were pronounced dead on arrival. Their daughter was 5. I needed to smoke to get their faces out of my head, and with every puff, they started to fade. I finished up my joint and headed upstairs to my room, shutting off the lights and getting into bed. My German Shepherd, Rex, took his place next to me as usual. For about an hour, I scrolled through Reddit, giving myself some entertainment before I had to go to bed to get enough sleep for work tomorrow. I was watching a video when I heard scratching on the tree just outside my window. I chalked it up to most likely being a squirrel climbing the tree, which wasn't unusual at all, considering there is a lot of wildlife around my house. A couple minutes later, I heard it again. Except this time, it was more like scraping instead of scratching. I started to get anxious, but I honestly thought it was just the fact that I was high and getting paranoid. I got off of my phone and faced the other direction, snuggling up to Rex and trying to get some sleep. You know that irrational thought you get when you start feeling super uneasy and it feels like someone's watching you? I started to feel that way. For 20 minutes I laid in bed with my back facing the window and could not shake the feeling of eyes watching me. I probably wouldn't have felt this way if it weren't for the fact that my window was open to get some cool air in my room. However, paranoid, anxious, and high me tried to ignore it. I almost fell asleep when I heard quiet scratching at my window. I started panicking and forced myself to get up to close the window and the curtains. Once I got to the window, I saw something. Not someone, something. I don't know how to describe it without sounding fucking insane, but there was something perched up in the tree branches outside my bedroom window. It looked like a naked man, but it wasn't a man. Its skin was white like a ghost, and the facial features weren't quite distinguishable. Its eyes looked so hollow and empty. Its mouth was shut, but it almost looked like the skin was melted shut and rotting away. The thing was emaciated. Its face was sunken in. It genuinely looked like it was skin and bones. I have never screamed so loudly in my life. I slammed the window shut, locked it, and ripped the curtain shut. I ran across the room and hid behind my bed. Rex was growling at the window, just staring. I grabbed my phone over the bed and called the police, telling the woman that a man was in the tree, watching me from my window. I had to tell them it was a man because I felt like they would think it was a prank call and not send anyone. 15 minutes later, an officer showed up and searched the property. They didn't find anyone, and the thing in the tree was long gone. Since no one was there, the officer gave me a card with his number on it and told me to call if I see or hear anything suspicious. He left and I hurried back inside. I'm terrified to look out of my window. I can't sleep. Rex is on edge. I have to be up for work in 4 hours, and I am wide awake in fear. I don't know what to do. I don't have a gun. I don't know many people since I just moved here about 6 months ago, and work has taken up so much of my time that I don't have any left to socialize. I just peeked out the window, and I swear to God, I saw something white crouched over in the tree line in the distance. I am losing my mind. Hello, sinister listeners. If you've enjoyed this story, then you'll find all the author's information in the description below. For more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to succumb to the sinister.